Legion Tactical Cutlery.
Hold the line!
Hey everyone, how you guys doing? Grugs here, Legion Tactical Cutlery. Welcome back, troops, Legionnaires, new recruits. I got something exciting for you all today. In front of you, we see the Zapas Modern Day Pukko XS. Steel is 80 CRV2, and I cannot wait to test this out for everybody. What are you all carrying today? Well, today I've got my Brother Knives 1510 slip joint in VG10 steel. Veterans, active military, always appreciate your service. Thank you very much. Enjoy the video. Quick specs. Blade material is 80 CRV2 carbon steel. Blade style is a drop point. Blade grind is a mid saber with a secondary bevel. Blade hardness is HRC 58 to 59. The handle is made out of ash tree wood. The sheath is cowhide leather. Weight of the knife is 3.739 ounce. Overall length is 7.52 inch. Blade length is 3.7 inch. Blade thickness is 0.13 inch. And Poland is the country that makes this awesome blade. Beautiful blade. Nice little handy tool right here. 80 CRV2. I picked this up at Chicago Knife Works for $21.99. So go check them out. They still have them in stock if you are interested. There we go. Okay, now the description does say Scandi. This is not a Scandi knife. This is a mid saber with a secondary bevel. As you can see, it has a small sharpening choil, a very small guard. Fit and finish is a good 98%. It's got a 3mm thick spine. It is somewhat sharp, but we're going to be testing it out. Here's the ash wood right here. Very simplistic in design, but who doesn't love simple, man? Full tank goodness. It does have a lanyard hole, and I did put a lanyard here. Removable scales in case you want to do a do-it-yourself type project, and you put better scales on here. However, this knife should do the job, and we're going to test it out on this little log right here. It does come with this nice leather sheath, man. This leather sheath alone is worth over 20 bucks. Let's pop the knife in. She fits pretty deep inside the leather and should have no problem out in the field. All right, let's test this bad boy out. Simple branch I want to process. There's nothing more to it. I just want to cut, do some batoning from here to here. Then we'll process it, make some feather sticks. Again, just a small demonstration for everybody. Let's get to it, man. It is a nice small knife, and I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate something so small to take out into the woods. Already digging into the wood. You pair this up with a nice axe, a saw, and you've got all you need out in the field. Now remember, this is a channel that does test out knives. So you may or may not do this out in the field. But this is, one of the ways I know how to test out knives, okay? To show you a little bit of its capabilities. So in the comment section, if you feel that there's better ways to use this knife, better examples, please list them. Don't just leave a comment and, not offer suggestions. That would be highly appreciative. All right, I'm going through that knot right there. We're looking good. This is a pretty green piece of wood over here. I kind of like it. The staff here at the park had to chop down a tree because it was falling over a hiking path, and it's fortunate for me because it is right next to the Legion outpost. So now I've been harvesting wood. I've been taking this knife out, been taking out an axe, and I grabbed this piece right here. It's beautiful. It's green, but it's nice and hard, and I think it'll is a good test for any knife. that I decide to test out. Now, I was going to use this knife and put it on Patreon. However, I've already discussed this knife with a whole bunch of people, and I figure it would be better that I show them on YouTube. There's plenty of other knives that can go on Patreon when the time comes. So if there is a, if you're not fortunate enough or you're hiking and you need to cut down a branch of this size, you could do some light batoning to cut down that branch. Now, I cannot go to any tree in this park and do what I want. Whatever is on the ground is fair game for me. Other than that, I have to leave the trees alone, and rightfully so. Definitely not a knife for chopping. I would never use this knife for chopping. It is just too light, too well balanced for that. Okay, we're making some headway here. All right, let me go through this knot. Okay, let's take a look. So my man, Kakuli Bushcraft, he's been using his knife. He had the courage to modify his knife, sharpened up the spine, made it a true Scandi grind knife. And he says he's loved it ever since he's modified it. And still sharp, hasn't gone dull on him. So shout out to Kakuli Bushcraft and his puppy dog. I love that dog. So I know most of you, or at least some of the subscribers in the comments will always tell me I would never do that with my knife. I will never do that with my knife. But they leave no suggestions. So, leave me suggestions on how to test out a knife. Okay? Now this branch is just moving around all over the place. There we go. Okay. That's one piece. I'm going to do it again. All right. In fact, I'm going to go through this knot for everybody right here. And real quick, that edge looks fine. No issues so far. So one of the reasons why I, chop through wood or baton through wood is for the edge retention. And I personally feel that this is a good way to show you all the edge retention and also show that the edge maintains its shape, its form. There's no chips, there's no rolling, because I did have some really inexpensive knives that I've tested out and they fail miserably just by doing some simple chopping or batoning like this. And this is one of the reasons why, I do this. And, another important part of the knife is, and I think we can all agree, is heat treat, Because I've tested out D2 steel, 3CR, 5CR, and, I was fortunate enough that those manufacturers had some good heat treat on their steel. But 80 CRV2, man, this is some nice steel at a pretty effective cost. Okay, just switch it up a little bit so I keep everything in front of the camera. Right through that knot. All right. So far, so good. Okay, we're still shaving real nice. We're looking good. Let's keep going because I'm very excited to, make some feather sticks out of this one. So yeah, can you believe it? 80 CRV2 steel with wood handles. This particular little knife right here, okay? $21.99 on Chicago Knife Works. So after this video, if you're interested, if you're sold on it, go grab it from Chicago Knife Works. They also have this on Amazon, so be aware that it's going to ship directly from Poland, from the Zapas company. All right, we're almost through here. Gotta admit, it's a handy little tool. I gotta get a better baton, because this baton has had it. Okay, we're almost through. There we go, man. Not bad. Not bad for a little knife like that, huh? These are the 3 equal parts. Let's do a little bit more, vertical and horizontal batoning. Perfect size for the knife. Let's see how this performs. Very nice. Looking good so far. Let's put these finished pieces right over there. Let's see. Whoops. Looking good. I'm just making some quarters right now. Giving you an idea how this batons, these small branches. Not bad. You have some kindling for a firebox stove or a small fire. Okay. I am going to do some horizontal batoning now with this knife. And then we'll do a little bit of edge retention. Split. I kind of like to do this test, the horizontal batoning, because I am using the whole blade over here to chop down or to cut down into the branch, utilizing the whole blade. And then I understand that, you know, it splits the wood after that. Okay, looking good. A little prying, right? Open up the fibers over here, and then I'll just cut them. Okay, easy. I understand it was a thin piece. Well, let's do it again then. All right, utilizing the whole blade. Okay, she's looking good. Looks good to me, man. Let me just pry this open, see where. All right. Prying this open, I want to test the strength of the blade. And once again, I'm going to use the blade to cut the fibers of the wood. Actually, you know what? Let's do it one more time. Not going the way I planned, so we'll just do this real quick. And now that it's a little bit flatter, I shall continue. There we go, man. Nice little job right here for such a you know, small handy tool. Let's make this a little bit thinner. How the bark just came off. Okay, let's see what I could do here. How nice and thin that is. Beautiful individual curls, man. Wow. Nice, look at that. I'm applying the lightest of pressure. Excellent, excellent. Okay, let's, I guess I can keep on using this. Let's see if I can make a nice feather stick here for everybody. $21.99. Chicago Knife Works, man. Leather sheath from cowhide. Go grab one. This is a nice knife. All right, I got a different species of wood over here. Let's try a little bit of carbon. But what I want to do first is get myself a nice little piece here. So maybe I'll do a little cross batoning here. That worked pretty good. And I'll go just about here. All right, let me pick that up, be right back. Cross batoning worked well. You can see both sides are nicely done. So let's do this. Using the thumb. Okay, good enough for me. Let's make the point. Trying to use every part of the blade, the rear, mid, forward part. Okay, nice tip. Now, let's do number 7 notch. Mind you, I'm not a bushcraft expert by any means. Just want to show you how awesome, knives are in general for the knife enthusiast. And give those an idea of how a knife may perform. And I got to tell you, so far, for $22, man. Okay. Not bad. Pretty nice. Okay. Did the job. Okay, the tip is pretty robust. It's 3 millimeters thick, so I think a fair test is to make a divot. Oops. I don't know if a knife this small requires a lanyard, but I'm always comfortable with it, just in case. Okay, I'm just applying a little pressure here on the tip, just to give it some stress. Okay, it looks pretty good. All right, we got a nice divot. You can see how deep that is. And once again, man, it's a pretty robust tip right here. So I don't think you're gonna have a problem with digging into a piece of wood if need be to make a hole straight through, you know, a divot for one of those bow drills, etc. Not bad, not bad. Now, let's test out this spine. All right, I got some fat wood and I have this other piece of wood that I batoned earlier. And just gonna use the spine. Looks like it's taken off the bark okay. Okay, so that's a good sign. Now let me see the wood over here. Yeah, not bad. It's doing a good job. Okay, that's a combination of bark. All right, and it's doing it. It's doing it pretty good. Combination of bark and wood. So check on the list. Now let's try it on some real hard fat wood here. Let's see. I got a breeze over here, so okay. Now on the fat wood, it's not as efficient. Let me take this off. I noticed that on the fat wood, it's not as efficient as this little piece of wood over here. And I'm purposely trying to do it on the smooth side. I know Kakuli Bushcraft, his spine was not that sharp. He wasn't too pleased with it. So again, he had the courage to, you know, modify his spine. He says he loves it now. So, but as is, it's not bad. I mean, it made a nice little pile right here, you know? Let me try a little bit different piece. Let's see how it works out over here. I think this side is a little bit more sharper than this side over here. Yeah. Okay, now mind you, this is smooth. Let me see if I can find a little bit rougher area over here. Now, in my opinion, it could use a little bit more sharpening. And, you know, maybe what I'll do is I'll use the Work Sharp sharpener. See if I could sharpen this up a bit. As you can see, though, it's not too bad. Let us see if we can make some nice thin curls here, because there's a nice little resonated area. Oh man, these things are flying all over the place. Right, so if the spine's not working for what you want, you know, you just use the knife. Now, I did notice from testing that I can use where the sharpening choil is, right there. Shouldn't hurt the knife, but using that sharpening choil, I'm getting way more effective scraping. So to the Zapas people, man, if you could just make that spine a little bit sharper, I know a lot of people would appreciate it. Cool. Not bad, not bad, not bad at all, okay? All right, couple things. I made a bigger pile over here off the camera, and I made some nice little shavings, all right? And I made some feather sticks here, and I just want everybody to see. I mean, I know it's not a Scandi, but this knife is absolutely making the finest curls, and it's still sharp. Now you notice I have my work sharp field guide here. I found the courage to modify the spine a bit because, you know, I did test this out, scraping, and it did nothing. It did zero. So what I did was, on the coarse side over here, I just started going back and forth slightly on the work sharp guide, and it started sparking up big time. So, you know, I want to do a Legion light up for Tim from Kukuli Bushcraft. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. So let's see, let me get this out of the way so it doesn't burn, and let's see how the spine works out now. There we go, see? Whoa, look at that. The wood is starting to spark up. There it is. This side is really good. Okay, so this is what, you know, bushcrafters are looking for right here. And there you go. Awesome. All right, how can you go wrong, man? $22 knife. $22. All right, I know it's not a Scandi, but it's doing the job. So let's put this up here. Tim from Kukuli Bushcraft, you have been honored, sir. I hope you enjoy this, man, because this knife rocks for the price. Let's do this. Bingo. How awesome is that, man? Enjoy, Tim, enjoy. Just a couple more camp tasks. I have some paracord over here. Okay. Still sharp. Let's just put this in the pile right here. I've got a bit of, you know, natural rope right here. You know, totally capable for camping environments or out in the field. All right. Another one in the pile. I'll just put this over here. Some plastic tie strap, okay? Definitely usable out for a camping environment, bushcraft environment. All right, there we go. Put that in the pile. And something I've been losing a little weight, so now I don't need this belt anymore. So I got this nice leather belt. Okay, so still sharp, still kicking ass. The knife is damn fine for the price. Don't forget, $21.99 on Chicago Knife Works, man. Or you can get it from Amazon. They'll ship it directly to you from Poland. No denying it, man. This knife did a fantastic job. I don't care what anybody says. This worked out great for me. It did what I wanted it to do. Okay, not a very big knife, so I took on some smaller tasks, and she came through with flying colors, man. What more could you ask for? You know, I sharpened up that spine, and you saw the way it was sparking up that ferro rod. Pretty damn good. If you can't afford an LT Wright, man, grab this right here. You're not going to go wrong. 80 CRV2 steel is pretty damn good. And you just saw what it was capable of, and it's still sharp. All right, troops, legionnaires, new recruits, as always, really appreciate you guys checking out my channel. I want to bring awareness to everybody. Hashtag 22 a day. Hashtag 22 a day no more. There are veterans in active military that once they get out of the service, they do face a lot of challenges. Unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide. So at the end of this video, pause on the slides, call those phone numbers, check out those websites, and seek the help you all have earned and deserved. Once again, thank you very much. Let me know what you think about this knife. At the ready, troops, hold the line. Take care.
Legionnaires!